The IAPA's Chapultepec program is based on the belief that after life, freedom of expression is the most fundamental of human rights. For 16 years, the program has mobilized institutional reform across the region. The payoff is impressive. 55 heads of state have signed the declaration, binding their commitment to its principles and turning public accountability into reality. Legislatures enacted freedom of information in 22 countries. In 10, insult laws have been abolished. Defamation was decriminalized in another 5 countries, and Supreme Court justices may now consult one another over networks established during 16 legal workshops. Beginning in 2009, the Chapultepec Ambassadors Program reached out to the younger public, involving more than 1,800 university students, all future lawyers, journalists, and elected officials. They meet to identify the obstacles and violations to free expression that exist in their own communities, along with a group of international experts, the ambassadors, made up of former justices of the Inter-American Court of Human Rights, a former OAS Special Rapporteur for Freedom of Expression, and renowned constitutional lawyers. Young leaders are also given the opportunity to meet frontline policymakers, such as former Presidents Toledo of Peru and Carlos Mesa of Bolivia, as well as Paraguay's current sitting President Lugo and President Lobo of Honduras. Our ambassadors go where they will do the most good, straight into the lion's den, so to speak. Today's focus is on Mexico, where every day narco-traffickers put journalists' lives at risk. In just the first weeks of this year alone, 3 journalists have been murdered in the line of duty. Also within recent days, they met in Venezuela with 400 law and journalism students after student protests over a government shutdown of 5 TV stations were disbanded by aggressive military action. The IAPA was the first international press association to meet with Honduras's newly elected president, Porfirio Lobo. A short 3 weeks into his term, he signed the declaration before a full press corps and 500 university students during a forum at the National Technological University. In the months ahead, ambassadors will visit universities in Ecuador, Peru, and Bolivia. The program's strategy is to prepare informed citizens. Its tactics are based on strength in numbers. Students are rewarded for their multimedia presentations on the free expression issues that have impacted them personally. And as members of the IAPA and Chapultepec networks, they are able to exchange information on freedom of expression and press freedom issues faced in common. All are handled via the Internet Students page on the Chapultepec website. IAPA members and staff invest extensive time, effort, and resources in the program. In 2009, the Chapultepec Collection published 2 guides for the Hemisphere's Supreme Courts and judicial branches on the application of international free expression standards and case law. 2010's Chapultepec Grand Prize will be awarded to Jose Miguel Vivanco, America's Director for Human Rights Watch. Vivanco joins the prestigious list of first-line defenders of press freedom, including Mayor Zaragoza of UNESCO, Anthony Lewis, and the Supreme Court of Argentina, among others. Defending press freedom is not limited to institutional reform, but includes informing citizens under a set of strict standards. The letter of aspirations set the tone for impartiality, privacy, sources, pluralism, and the search for truth, values that are explored by a panel of experts during the IAPA's 2 annual meetings and at the grassroots level by national press associations, together with journalism schools that have adopted Chapultepec into their curriculums. In one of the organization's most exciting outreach initiatives, member newspapers support a campaign to increase public awareness of the power of freedom of expression. It reads, "One word can make 1,000 changes in your life. Be informed, be bold, be heard." The campaign has been published in more than 260 online and print versions of member newspapers as it marks its 2-year anniversary.